Hello, Curious Wanderers. Welcome to my newest video. Today I decided to do something a little different. Well, I say that, it's not that different. It's more that I felt a little bit of, I don't know what to call it, like a bit of a rump. I guess some people would call it a little artist block, but I don't think it's that bad. But I was like, I wasn't in the mood to do a very long, detailed drawing. I felt like loosening up a bit. So this time around, I decided to do a much sketchier style of drawing. So I kind of strayed away from the usual super clean and detailed. Well, it's still detailed, but I mean super polished look that I usually do, and I went for I guess this is a style that I draw when I don't think anyone's looking, except that everyone's watching because I'm filming it. But you know what I mean, that instinctual way of drawing, I suppose, instead of putting 5, 6 hours, 7 hours on a drawing. This drawing took me only an hour and 40 minutes, just to give you an idea. Well, to the drawing part of it. As you might have noticed in the beginning of the video, I had a picture of a paper sketch that I did in my sketchbook, because this is one of the side characters in my story, and I was working out her design elements in my sketchbook before actually committing to a design for her and a final look. So even though this isn't this is a much sketchier drawing exercise, it's still going to be accurate to what I want her to look like. Just the lines aren't going to be as polished. They're going to be a bit they're going to be sketchier. That's all. Shakier, I guess. But yeah, so her name is Gwen. She is the guard captain, and she is an archer. She uses a crossbow. Because the town is called Maple Grove, and she's a town captain, a green maple leaf is kind of the town crest, I suppose. So I did bring that into the character design because the town would be extremely important to the character. It's something that she values greatly and would protect with her life, obviously. So I will see a bit more of that later, because right now I'm still sketching the body. Man, I must say, this will happen to me. I'm like, oh yeah, just easy pose, just gonna draw her with her hand on her hip and holding her crossbow. This will be fine. I just want a sassy pose or whatever. And then it's just I suddenly forget how to draw an arm. So this right arm, you can see it, I draw it, I erase it, I draw it, I erase it. I walked away from my drawing, I came back to my drawing, I drew it and erased it. I'm like, ugh. And then here I just give up. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna draw it over here. I'm gonna transform it, and I'm gonna move it where I want it. I got really annoyed with this arm. Anyway, like I said, I have been feeling a little in a rut, and it's I can't quite do what I want to do with my drawing. My drawing skills abandoned me in that moment of need. But it's okay. It's okay. They do that sometimes. I'm sure I'm not the only one who experiences it. That. It's I swear I know how to draw, except right now. Right now I don't know anymore. Yeah, so that's the struggle on that. For some reason, that was the hardest part in the whole drawing for me to draw. It was that one arm, because it was slightly foreshadowed, and I panicked or something. Anyway. Yeah, so while I'm sketching out the crossbow, So Gwen is an older lady, but she definitely looks good especially for her age, which she will never tell you how old she is, so don't ask. But yeah, she is a flirt. That's the thing with her. She's an older lady, but she's quite a flirt, you know. It's just kind of part of her personality. She particularly likes to flirt with young men that she finds are attractive, and she cares deeply about the town, and she's basically the lady in charge when it comes to the law, I suppose, in the town, or to making sure everyone stays peaceful and such and such. So I wanted her style to be very because she likes to be attractive. Like, she was definitely attractive in her youth, and she definitely is attractive in her older years as well. So she wears very flattering armor, and she definitely rocks it. She is a confident lady. If only we could all be so confident. Yeah, so I wanted, because she's a town captain, I wanted there to be some metal elements to her armor to be more high ranked and more important. But at the same time, I didn't want it to impede her as an archer to be able to crouch around and be more stealthy and such. So I tried to compromise with a bit of a leather metal combination, where I put the metal parts in places that that would protect her more important vitals, but put as much leather as possible to give it a lot of movement so that it's not too impeding. So she has a metal neck and shoulder piece, but it's not connected all the way down. So there's these straps, and then she has a bit of a breastplate, I suppose, but then there's cloth in between the sections to give it that flex and that movement. And then her pants are like leather pants, and then she has I haven't drawn it yet, but she's going to have some metal plates just on the front of her boot, but not all the way around her boot. And the bottom of her boots doesn't even have any thick sole or anything, because it's almost it's like a boot with a metal plate in the front. But at the same time, oh well, Pickle has decided that he needed to make a whole bunch of noise all of a sudden, so sorry about that. But the bottom of her shoes don't have the soles, because it's a lot more quiet this way, and she just prefers it this way, a little bit more moccasin feeling, I suppose. She has, I wanted her to have a lot of pockets and stuff like that, so she has a few built-in pockets to her pants. She has, of course, her quiver in her back, and also on the other leg there are these 3 straps and these 3 little compartments, but those are intended to have daggers in them that you can kind of quickly grab when needed, but because it's on the other side, you can't really see it very well. And she does have a tattoo on her arm that matches the design of her crossbow, because it's kind of her personal representation in a sense. So like I was saying, the green maple leaf representing Maple Grove, the town, and the little cross arrows kind of her watching over the town. So now I'm just going in with some color. I already had a really good idea in my head which colors I wanted to use, so at this point it was more seeing my vision in my head actually in reality and making adjustments, because I wanted her to have some leathery gloves and then the metal arm plates, and I want all the metal parts to be silver, obviously. And the silver I've made very shiny to show that it's metal. Then the green is supposed to also be leather. It's just dyed leather, like it's dyed green, which is why I also like put it a darker green. And then the more earthy browns for her gloves, the straps, the boots themselves, and of course the crossbow is mostly wood, and there's the metal part that you tie the string to, and then the little metal handle that crossbow, like especially older crossbows, tend to have. And yeah, so now I'm just shading the drawing, so it's almost at the end. I had put the hair gray, but then I realized that having gray against like silvery gray armor made the armor look more dull. So I decided to give her more white hair. And then she has green eyes too, because I just think that looks really good on her, and it kind of meshes well with like her green armor. Do you match your eyes with your clothes? I match the eyes with the clothes. I know that's not realistic, but it's like I can't help it. Yeah, so here I'm just fine-tuning some shading. And then I'm gonna fine-tune a bit of the colors, because like as much as I'm doing a sketchy style, I'm still, the perfectionist in me is still like, color in the lines, stop coloring outside the lines, and it's like beyond me. Something felt off, and I realized because she was just slightly short, so I kind of just stretched the image up, and for once that actually worked. Usually if I try to stretch the image up, I like ruin everything, but like not this time. This time that's exactly what it needed, so I was right. And yeah, so I think that's mostly what I wanted to say about the drawing. So yeah, just my signature there and a little bit of cleanup left. So I do want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching my videos. I'd love to see you subscribe and leave me any comments, or give me a little like and all the fun stuff. Ring the bell and all that. Have a good one, guys.